Hello, day 4. We're okay. Let me tell you about my morning. I had to go. The new hard drive's not very fast transfer because I didn't have time to comparison shop, I guess. And so this morning I had to wake up and set up the show because transfer had taken too long. I woke up at 6:30 and did that. Went back to bed. Woke up at 9:30 to uh, head over to Best Buy to replace the broken mouse yesterday with this jobber, corded $10 mouse. But it ended up costing me more than that because I didn't notice on the one that I brought home that it says easy tear open. So I cut it, and for some reason the cord goes all the way up at the top. So what I ended up having is this wireless mouse. So then I drove back to Best Buy, one of the worst places in the world, for sure, and bought another one. So it ended up being a $20 mouse. I did get some cheap Matchbox cars for my niece. Um, um, so it wasn't a whole. It wasn't. If you're watching this, it's going to be a good day. It's. I mean, every day is a good day of this show. Um, but today is yes. Oh, I'm letting my video in to be clear. Hold on, I gotta fix that. Which means that we're gonna have a bunch of guests over the course of the day, mostly from the same place. Uh, After this first set, we'll be with Adam Reich and I assume Nora Dadu. Um, and there we go. There we go. Slightly better. Oh, maybe I'll be grayscale today. You can't really. I'll fix this after. But so because it's Shea Day, we're doing something a little different with the Noah's opening set. We won't be taking a walk in the woods this time. We're gonna have a throwback. It's Sunday. You've walked enough days this week, so we're doing a throwback to Smhoakstock VI, the initial Smhoakstock, and at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., whatever sunrise was, our buddy Noah Klein performed this set from the freshly cleaned Shea Bath. So here's a little. So if you've never attended shows there, here's a little peek into what that was like. This was at the hour where most people had gone home to go to bed, and some people were arriving. And I don't think you can see it, but I definitely do cry a moment during this. I'm not. I don't think I'm on camera. So here's Noah Klein from 6 years ago. Oh, I should probably do this right.
Here you go, cuddle formation.
you, if I can make believe something is true, while you know scientifically it's not true. You know it's not possible, but you just saw it. So it's like I can check your reality just by knowing what you can be influenced by my moving, by my language, my gesture, by psychological processes, processes. It's like I make you follow a path of a magic path, How you have to concentrate on something even in the mind, and I hit just left. And the interesting thing in hypnosis is like, it's really, it's your belief. It's your belief.
I think it's important to be passionate and not back down from fighting for what we want and need in our lives. If we don't, people with power will try to tell our stories for us and treat us like a market to sell us what we need. What we need is to fight for collective liberation because we will never be free unless the people we share community with are also free.
Whew. Cuddle formation, always lovely.
Ugh. I guess it turns out that I've always been pretty bad at transition. Uh, Pretty lovely, a boring way to. I was supposed to be joined already by the Shea Stadium crew, but they seem to be taking a long time. I'll tell you this: I don't have enough video to fill this morning because some people were very short. Uh, Shea Day is the only day of the Smhoakstock that I was not that I handed over some control, so I'm going to whine about that some of the day. They did a great job. It's going to be a great day, but you're gonna have to hear a lot from me. So the people who are supposed to jump in the chat, jump in the video chat, better get on the fucking ball soon. Um, so I normally would have to that set was amazing. Um, and we're gonna stick around in the mystery history zone for a bit, and we're gonna play this. This is not at Chase Stadium. This is from the next year, Smhoakstock XII, in the detective squad uh, shop in the back of the Silent Barn when it was on Bushwick. And so Gobbin Jr. is a major portion, or is a major a figure in the Shea Stadium zone, and she has a set that will air, I believe, Thursday around 2:30. but I didn't want to leave her out of Shade Day. So here is for this year. It was the second year of Smhoakstock, and it was the majority of that day was just me um, being serenaded by various musical acts and having conversations with people. By this point, I had already been broadcasting for, I don't know, most of the, 14 hours or something, I think this was probably 2 or something in the afternoon. Oh, wait, no, I can tell you when. Yeah, something like that. Here's um, Adam. You're supposed to be on the fucking stream all day. What do you mean? Didn't know you wanted to talk on top. You're supposed to be on the stream all day. I'm not fucking doing this alone. You didn't give me enough sets to do that. I was very clear about this repeatedly. You're supposed to be here all goddamn day. But here is in a different vibe, not as aggro vibe. Here is a lovely set and some terrible interviewing from 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's looks. That's a part of
That's
looks.
literal looks.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that's looking.
Fuck that. Dude, did you see like the first 2 Harry Potters and they had like a really good Dumbledore and that
Well, that guy
actor
died. Yeah. Well, wasn't he fine after that? Wasn't the guy whoever jumped in after? Not the guy.
He died, but he's
no,
fine
I mean,
now.
I mean, wasn't who somebody good took over, right?
No.
Yeah.
Playing in their favorite band, but I can't remember what it is.
Aw.
I book.
Oh, Nicholas, by the Oh, I think they're watching.
Are they?
Now that I think about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry about the pronoun thing. Did it last year too, to your face. Yeah. So you don't want to get fired. There's that sounded like I did it on purpose. That's not what I meant. That's oh god, I'm ruining this.
Oh no.
Oh, here's a good one. Please spoil something. A movie, a show, a book.
Oh, Nicholas, by the way, just texted me and said, cracking the fuck up.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Spoil something.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be for me. You can spoil it for the audience at home.
I'm not really, like, current.
You know, it could be something old. That's even funnier.
Well, Dumbledore dies.
What?
I know that.
Oh, my God. Oh, God.
Shocker.
But it's okay because then the new movies, he's back and young.
Yeah.
I haven't
sure.
seen them, but I know that's true. Because I know that Ryan Phillippe.
Wait, there are actually new movies? I thought you
Yeah,
were kidding.
Fantastic
Wow.
Beasts or whatever.
Oh. Dumbledore isn't in that.
In the new one, there's young Dumbledore
No
that is being
way.
played by, I'm going to look this up.
Wow, that's
It's someone
tight.
very attractive.
Really?
Yeah. Jude Law is playing young Dumbledore. Apparently, the director said it's not just because of his looks, it's also because of the glint in his eye. That's the same. That's the same as looks.
Yeah, that's looks. That's a part of
That's
looks.
literal looks.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that's looking.
Fuck that. Dude, did you see like the first 2 Harry Potters and they had like a really good Dumbledore and that
Well, that guy
actor
died. Yeah. Well, wasn't he fine after that? Wasn't the guy whoever jumped in after? Not the guy.
He died, but he's
no,
fine
I mean,
now.
I mean, wasn't who somebody good took over, right?
No. He was such a bad Dumbledore. He was so aggressive. Dumbledore's never aggressive. Why would...
I don't know. I have to. I've only read like at the most one of those books.
I've read all of them, but the first one.
I think I'm gonna guess decade difference in our ages is probably the culprit for me not
Yeah.
wearing. Though that's not true. Almost all of the people I've dated in the last couple of years have read that book. Have read the books,
sure.
but I have, of course, seen the movies certainly.
Of course.
And I read the first book because it was on a shelf.
read them all, I think.
They're not. I mean, they certainly are good books.
They're amazing.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not supposed to get this room so smoky, so I'm gonna put
Aye.
this out. I think it's probably fine, but And then you want to do? Are you ready to do a
Yeah,
thing?
let me do a thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn
Whoa.
the thing up.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna change my set list.
I mean,
Just gonna go
it's
with
up
the
to you.
feel.
Yeah, go with
Go
the
with
feel.
the feel.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it.
Okay.
Gavin Jr. audience at home.
All right.
Came in here and someone had flushed an entire croissant.
I don't know why that happened. I'm gonna make it work. Sorry.
In the last couple of years, have read that book. Have read the books,
Sure.
but I have, of course, seen the movies certainly.
Of course.
And I read the first book because it was on a shelf.
Read them all, I think.
They're not. I mean, they certainly are good books.
They're amazing.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not supposed to get this room so smoky, so I'm gonna put
Aye.
this out. I think it's probably fine, but and then you want to do? Are you ready to do a
yeah,
thing?
let me do a thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn
Whoa.
the thing up.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna change my set list.
I mean,
Just gonna go
it's
with
up
the
to you.
feel.
Yeah, go with
Go
the
with
feel.
the feel.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it.
Okay.
Gavin Jr. audience at home.
All right. Applauding.
of the day.
Tight. Thank you.
Very nice. The thing that's my mic's not on. That was awesome. I don't have to say that stupid thing that I accidentally said. That was great. The thing about today that has been awesome is so many of the sets, like you and Bonnie Baxter from Kill Alters played earlier and stuff, and it's literally like I've set up a thing where it's just like me watching good music alone in a room. Like, it's pretty weird and cool. It's like the ideal show. Like I don't have to talk to anyone. No one tries to buy coke off me or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That happened to me twice recently, where people just
just
came up to me and were like, "Hey man, do you huh? No. Well, why? What about this says coke to you?"
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll figure it out. They'll come back. I think the next guest is early, so that's fine. You wanna do another one? Is that
Yeah, I'll
good?
do some more.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a new one that's kind of funny.
Ooh, a funny one. Another funny. I guess that last one's not super funny.
It's kind of funny, depending on how you take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's true about life, really.
I guess, yeah. That's kind of how this one is, too.
Oh.
This is not really funny. That's kind of funny.
How many reviews have referred to music as rye?
As rye?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's happened that often.
I only ask because I feel like that's like a go-to word for specifically women who are funny.
For sure.
Like
Yeah,
that,
I see
that
that,
it's
for
rye
sure.
because it's like palatable to a man. or something like. I feel like it's a code word for something very negative.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
That where like negative about the person writing it, not the person that's being described.
Totally.
Okay.
I'll keep
I'm
an
just
eye
gonna
out for
make
that
sure
one now.
the feed is sounding good.
Okay, cool. Thank
I think
you.
it is, but
All right.
cool.
I felt you press your dick against my thigh when we hugged. I didn't ask for it. You're not the one I want. 'Cause you're a fake bitch and you know it. Even when you try not to show it. You're a fake bitch and I know it.
it's weird to say that one was very pretty. It's a weird song to say that about. But
I mean, that's cool. I like that. I like that it's weird to call my songs pretty.
well, only it's just that line really.
That one, yeah, that one. It's uncomfortable.
That's yeah.
For sure.
It sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Topical.
Topical.
I guess
sure.
it's been topical forever.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I like the idea of a song. I guess you have a number of songs like this that would make someone in the audience introspective, like that would make someone pause and be like, "Wait a second, did I just do that?"
For sure.
Which I think would be funny. Yeah, right. Cool. Yeah. What time is it? You want to do more? You down for more?
Yeah.
I think we got time for like we probably got time for like 2 more while I tweet the next person
All right. Okay.
to make sure that they know that sign that. Actually, can you do me a weird favor first?
Yeah.
Can you pull that pink piece of paper off the window?
Okay.
I can't get to it from where I am. Oh, you can leave that tape out. That's fine. I'll deal with that later. I just need that sign to happen. Yeah,
Whoa,
dude.
whoa.
I feel like we have time for 2 more at the
more.
least.
Okay. I'll do 2 more.
Yeah.
Cool. There is a very special spot, and I am the most beautiful boy. Now I'm in one corner, here I will find me through time. For if I search you hard enough, here I will send me to the stars above. Besides, I realize spending time is such a lonely lost in your lashes. I'm diving deep in the sea. Dolphins that leap with those splashes. Oh no, you're trying to talk to me. It was a very silly boy that faces in a different spot. And I never heard a single word 'cause I'm so absurd. Never look back on what I lost. Remember that sparkle I caught. Staring down, never found what I'm looking. Where are you now? And how are you doing? Everywhere I'm out, thinking about your lovely
I applauded after that. It's an after that was another great one.
Thank you.
Yeah. And before the last one, other than your set with Fitz later tonight, do you have anything you want to plug? Any upcoming shows? Anything that the whatever number of people are watching can be plugged in?
Yeah.
It makes it seem more official.
For sure, yeah. Gobbin Jr., the band, is playing Secret Project Robot on January 18th.
Cool.
Yeah,
That
it's going to
sounds
be
good.
a sick show.
And get it all on the internet. I'm trying to get more marketing as the day goes on.
Marketing's good.
Yeah, I'm clearly very good at it. It's worked.
I mean, those gifts, dude.
Those that was me learning to animate in Photoshop because I had just never gotten around.
Those
I
look
didn't
good.
care, so
They're nice.
I enjoyed making them. I'm going to make so many silly gifts from now on.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's do one more
Okay.
with Gavin Jr.
Alright.
And then I'll see you later.
Sounds good. Okay.
Thanks, Emma.
All right, thank you.
What are you doing for the next couple hours before you paint?
Yes. I'm in June. Uh, that was 2016. You can catch Gob in the afternoon on Thursday. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna talk about Gob in a second, but first I need to apologize because what I thought was a was going to seem jokey or like jokey anger was I think seemed more like real anger towards the Shea Stadium gang than it is not because this show wouldn't have lasted even 3 years, let alone 12, without the support of Shea Stadium in total, but Adam Reich in specific, who uh, who every year saves the show and has already done so 3 or 4 times this year, and who later on we will talk to, and who there is a miscommunication about the show today that I thought I was playing up for laughs, but I think once I saw my own face on screen, realized it did not come off that way. Um, so I will go back to not pretending to be angry or being angry. Neither of those things. Uh, yes. Oh god, almost knocked everything off. Um, I'm gonna have to kill a little time here because there's gonna be some gaps between some of this. We've it's gonna be I'm gonna try to talk for a while and then have the sets more packed. So if you need to like get some coffee or make lunch, next you got about 15 minutes for me to kill. Um, yeah. Um, uh, cool. We'll be. It sounds like we'll be with them after our live set from Choir at like 2:33. Depending on the sets line up. Uh, for the next set will be Eric Harm and Alex Freeman duo, uh, but they'll be in a little bit like around one. So you got like 10-ish minutes, a little more, to put up with me yammering. And so I want to talk. I I'm doing this because so that Emma doesn't have to see it right before her set on Thursday because she may be watching, but uh, it's more Shea Stadium related than specifically Java Junior. So notoriously, I am, as also demonstrated by earlier, grumpy. Uh, I think I've transitioned away from impossible to beer and into just grumpy. I think that's where I'm at. Um, I just saw Noah's comment about Smokestack making you cry multiple times in a day. Oh, it's gonna happen all week. There's some shit in here that's gonna do it to you, Noah. But so we got I can hear my neighbors yelling. The weird noise was someone actually actively fucking yesterday. But so I'm gonna get distracted by that periodically. Enjoy. Um, but so I got in the and I was real grumpy about music when I had the least reason to be. When I was so surrounded by quality performers and great music, I was on some sort of bullshit fuck guitars kick. Uh, keep forgetting that there might be children watching, including ones that I care for and about, or about. For. I'm not their I think take care of, but in an uncle way. Um, so I was not. I spent a few years being like, not just. I was both a stick in the mud and just an asshole on some level about it. And I didn't because I was surrounded by such good music. I couldn't branch out. I was like listening to noise and pop music, but the middle zone of some rock and roll. Couldn't get into it for a while. I was on a real rock and roll is dead. Um, uh, yeah. I uh, oh, am I do here we go. Is this better? Tell me if it's better. Maybe I need to the mic has been a real issue the whole show. Let me put a little gain on it. Um, and then I did this thing where I actively was getting into. Oh, that's too loud. There we go. How about that? Is that better? I was actively getting into um, uh, radio pop as a sociological study, and it's taken over my brain now. And so, and then I discovered Gavin's music and over listened to it, texted her about it periodically, and that slowly led me from that year in the past 6 years to I don't think I there's these the Shea was putting out the best rock music of uh, pop and rock and all those things of the time. Like there was there's other stuff I enjoyed from them, but there's the collection of talent and just like a joy of music that is included in the selection of people associated with that place and performing today. Um, are there it's mind-boggling. I mean the every day of this show is full of like the most like insanely talented people, and I mean I'm sure the world is full of them, but it's pretty wild the collection that I mean I couldn't have known how good it was going to be. I can't say that I expected it to be even this. I knew the majority of them would be great, but I don't mean just today. I mean all the whole show. There's like it's not even like the dream team. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters where they're just fucking around with you. Like like it's just so good. And the other thing about the group specifically today is that I'm not a particularly nice guy. Like I'm a good, I'm decent to humans and stuff, but I don't. I traditionally am not the nice. But everyone, pretty much everyone on this bill today are just really, really nice. Just people that you would want to spend time with. And you'll see later when they all spend time together that that's the case. Um, we'll be talking to a bunch of them. And this would have been a great moment to then just transition right into the next set. But now I still have to kill 5 minutes. Um, uh, I I've seen Eric Harm. I don't should have checked what bands Alex Freeman's in, but I've seen Eric play in a bunch of bands. We jammed a couple times. He's as I was saying before. Now I'm just going to fill time with nothing. He's one of the nice people, uh, and their set is great. Also, let's see. Let's do this. Today I'm enjoying a great breakfast. I defrosted and put in the oven this lovely loaf of hamadama, which has some masa in it and corn. Ooh, that looks gross with the colors, right? Oh, and then I'm enjoying that with some lovely Acme smoked whitefish. Shout out to Acme. If Acme Smoked Fish wants to send a bunch of smoked fish over to Smhoakstock over this coming weekend, I'm into it. They're not watching, but if anybody wants to buy me some and bring it to the show, I will go ahead. That's a perfect Smhoakstock snack. I have I want to reiterate that I was not actually mad at Reach. There's or anyone involved in this day. These sets are all bangers. I was just kidding about them being short. I am trepidatious about how much I have to talk today, but the sets are of incredible quality. So I was making jokes that came off as not jokes. This was not like the other day when I did get angry on the air and it was awkward. You guys, I hate that you can see in here. That's one of the key parts of this show. I think that sometime today, though, during one of the sets that I've already watched, I'm gonna have to do some trim up on this, and so we'll see if anybody has anything to say about that. Okay, just 3 more minutes that I want to talk. By the end of each day, I felt comfortable, and then I start each day thinking that I'm now comfortable again. It's not. That's not. I can't. A morning radio probably not my vibe, or lunchtime radio. I think I'm a drive time, end of the day radio. Uh, uh, no, from the chat, I cannot get angry again because each time I've been angry on the air, I've also had to then or like appeared angry on the air, then had to apologize for it, and but also I want to be charming to strangers, and I feel like the angry version of me is not as. Also, I did a fair amount of therapy to not be like that, but I mean it didn't work, but because the pandemic happened, then my therapist kind of fucked off. But I mean that's sort of. I would argue that I had that she was no longer useful to me. As the pandemic hit, she said to me, we had our last session, and she said to me, "Yeah, all that stuff that you were irrationally worried about, that I told you was just that were like real things that were not a real concern. Yeah, all those things are happening. Yeah, that's right. Yes, and that's the same therapist who told me she was that I was smarter than her, which." I mean, I'm sure some people can hear that, but I don't want to hear that from a therapist for sure. I want her to be smarter than me, or anyone. Um, but yeah, now I'm just talking. Man, I was wondering which day I would spiral. Is it this one? Well, perfect transition into. Oh God. Yes. Okay, so it's 1 o'clock. Here's a lovely set from Eric Harm. Now, that one could have gone for so long. I was vibing on that. Got a little meditation in, little medication in. Everything is chilled out. I think I'm forgiven. Eric Harm and Alex Friedman duo. Uh, Next up in about uh, 15 minutes, it looks like. We'll be back in the mystery history. Uh, I did try. I tried to get some mystery history from the broadcast of the jams, but live streaming setup was so. I might show a little bit later, but the live streaming setup at that point was so crappy that um, the archive is not great. Uh, Also, we didn't have the technology to have really excellent camera set up, or somebody running it or whatever, as opposed to now when we're so camera ready. Um, the Jable, but we're here. We are. 15 minutes. Let's see if the chat has questions or things I should say. The mic is cutting out. How is that possible? Is it this? I don't know how. It better not be the mic. I just bought this goddamn mic. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I'm moving my head. Uh, People had me mess with the gain yesterday. It was that I was moving my head too much. That's good. Stream, but I should be streaming well. God. The troubleshooting stories is that trying to do it with the chat is the worst thing in the world because there's a delay, so you're not answering the questions that were presented, or like so that you're what? Well, there's the one about how I had to. Yeah, I mean the whole show is troubleshooting. It's a nightmare. Um, Everything every year, everything breaks. So far, I had a hard drive crash and a mouse break. I probably had other stuff. Tell us about a childhood friend. I have very little memories of my childhood friends. Hal King lived down the street and then moved away, and I think that might have been the last time I had a best friend, uh, except for someone who we called each other best friends. Um, the I met my first computer. We had an Apple IIc when I was a small child, but young enough that I don't remember. Uh, uh, I haven't been drunk in like 6 years, so that's not really what it is. I have these are good questions. Uh, the sound yesterday, I think, was in fact a recorded loop that a child was had left going uh, because I heard them get in trouble for it. So I wasn't losing my mind. Uh, oh my god. The mouse filter. Okay, here we go. Add some gain. Is this a better volume? Um, watering cans. I don't like them as decoration, but they seem like they do the job that they're intended to well. Um, when did I realize that my computer was my friend, and when I realized it was my enemy? I think it was my enemy earlier, though. I was the first. I was like pretty early to like I must have been 14, 15 when I was on BBS's, uh, like bulletin boards, and I made the kind of friends you make on those on that, like the person, like like a person in their like late 20s, early 30s who would talk to me, a teenager, about her terrible relationship and her like what now would be spectrum disorder and ADHD probably. And so I would hear about these adult problems. She would confide in me, which is clearly unhealthy on her part more than on my part. Um, and I didn't. I don't think I ever even knew her like real name. I just like knew her. It was like a role play game forum where we would like there were various superhero teams, and sometimes they would even fight uh, each other. And so, but it was mostly just like, well, I'm in my quarters training. It's like, well, that's fun. Um, all in text and stuff. I mean, honestly, I would if anyone's offering it to me, I would play now. Uh, I think I'm finally old enough that I would get back into Dungeons and Dragons. Um, yeah. So guys, just 10 more minutes of listening to me talk. Later on, will be more. It's more tightly packed. I'm stretching the morning to pack things later. I don't want to jump the gun on anything. And we've got people to talk to later on, assuming that Adam wants to talk to me after that, after earlier. Next up, we're going to have a mystery history zone, and then Carrie Ann Murphy. Oh, it's not a mystery because it's on the schedule. We're going to listen to some old Bueno, but only a year old. Bueno had some tech issues this year, we'll call it, and so we're going to history for them. And then we've got the third. I didn't mean to pack these all at the beginning, Carrie Ann, but uh, that means people will actively go seek them out. Um, but a lot of people have seen them. We got solo Carrie Ann Murphy. After that, we'll be cutting to a live set from Choir, who are not a Shea Stadium project, but scheduling required they be today, and Shea Stadium had everybody's shows. Um, After that, we have a lovely set from Amar Lal. The debut of Tabs featuring Nora Debut, Dan Francia, and Carla Nath. Following that, uh, at around 4:30, we've got Mikey Gags, we got Agita, which is Izzo's solo project. Then we have at around 5:30, we have the uh, hour long documentary slash montage about Big Snow made by Jeremy Aquilino. Um, and I watched a little bit of that, and sorry, Noah, you're going to cry at that one too. Um, After that, we have Ruselka, Cool Dead Woman, and then wait, did I mess up? Is that the schedule? Hold on, looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, and then we'll hit a mystery history zone, a particularly touching one. Uh, we'll come back to the modern times for Alexander Orange Drink, and then at 8 o'clock we've got the return of a classic band with I think I believe every member that ever was the band Shark with a question mark. Shark. Then Bag Lady, Lost Boy, and we'll close out the sets with Real Young and Lazy Horse, the Shea Stadium, Adam Reach fronted uh, Neil Young cover band. And don't tell Twitch there's a cover band. So just have to kill five or six more minutes before to not get back on schedule. Do you guys notice that I can't that my instinct is to just like weirdly stroke this microphone? Like, is that clear? Yeah, man. Let's talk about how the show's been going. Um, amazing. I mean, I've been stressed out as hell because I'm still pulling everything together behind the scenes, and you know, uh, there's a couple of sets still waiting to come to me for some other days of the week. If you're watching and you owe me a set, what are you doing? Um, but that's, I will say that for a show with 160 something acts, uh, almost almost no one was late. It's wild. Um, uh, I mean, I feel like I'm saying too much behind the scenes nonsense, and I should be saying fun, cool nonsense. Yeah, there's a lot of rendering. A lot of rendering issues. Oh, no, that wasn't directed at you, Vanessa. That was I know I know what's going on with you. Uh, there's a certain violin player who maybe said they were sending something and has not been answering messages. Uh, that is unrelated to anyone today. Don't try to guess who it is unless you know who I'm talking about. Um, uh, See, there's another round. When I try to make a jokey call out, I'm always gonna offend somebody. Um, yeah. So we're already there. Yeah. So just a couple minutes, we'll get some throwback into last year's Buenos set, um, in a mystery history zone. Uh, I mostly called it that because it's fun to say. You should at home say it aloud to yourself. Mystery history zone. It's not just the mystery history. The zone part feels good because the history zone. Look, I'm alone in a house this whole time. I gotta find ways to entertain myself. Uh, I think to answer your question, Karen, I think you were entirely on time. I don't think any of yours. I think yours may have been later than the deadline, but not later than when we had agreed that it would come. I wasn't. I was calling out very few people. No one has to feel guilty about this. Um, yeah. Um, let's talk about tomorrow. It's Monday. Monday is tomorrow. Um, we got some real good stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow we get some great we get some. So we'll go through the list later on, but we get some great combos. We're gonna have a number of interviews because there's due to a health issue. There's some hole that we're shifting stuff for, and we've got what else we got. We got Jenny Stanjeski doing some painting that I'm really looking forward to. We're going to talk to Eden Wilbur, and we're going to talk to Neon Masharov. We got a set from, we got some great stuff. Jackson Randall, Jeremy Scott, Ashcan Orchestra. Um, uh, I did about 15 minutes of a score that was then completed by Snark and Ryan Patrick Martin of, I got to look up the name of the Fungus documentary from Netflix that we watched. Zan Emerson and Thomas Seeley. Thomas is going to make some music while Zan does some metal working of Jewelry Live. Then we've got Weeping Icon, Nick Leslie, who, if you saw Necking Set last night, ruled. Fantastic Fungi is the name of the documentary that Snark and Ron Patrick Martin and I scored. Then after Nick, we've got Julie Ortegan's return to music after a while, doing some sound poetry with the Ham, some of her friends, and we'll end that night with a story slash sort of meditation kind of from Sickton, and then of course a little prediction from Sadie St. But now we're going to go back to all the way back to 2021 because that's the last one I found in my archive. Of course, you love Fantastic Fungi now. It's basically made for you. So now we're going to go, and here is last year's set from Bueno, 2021. Enjoy.
Put your feet up on the granite, and you're taking everything for granted, and your life's just like you planned it, and this town is a curse. Watch the sun fall below the shore. He's closing the window, now he's slamming the door. I don't think we'll make it out anymore. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I nearly broke myself down. Running around the same old grounds. Locked myself up my own cuffs, burn my stuff. I nearly broke myself down. Another night out on the town. Everybody there to bring you down. 'Cause it's parasites are found. I nearly broke myself down.
There's more to that song. We just stopped. That's fine.
I meant to like detune the D and I didn't by accident.
Did you say there's more to that song?
There's more to that song.
Is there?
I nearly broke myself down. I nearly broke myself down. I nearly broke myself. I nearly broke myself. I nearly broke myself down. I could sing, but I can't ring that bell. I can't sell myself to the service of another temporary lover. It's something I can't stomach, and I can't change this thing that stands. So when you're in the mood for love, well, there's nothing I can think of. You can talk my ear off and I'll stare across the water at the graveyard they give your name. You can't change this thing that stands. An empty theater where you said I should meet you. Credits played in my feet, stuck like glue to the ground. And even though the show was over, you said, come on over. You felt the blankness in my mind. We recognize that this time's unkind. Felt the blankness in my mind and took it deep inside. And I can't change when I'm in this place. We'll be talking at the grounds. We'll be looking down. And when I'm in this place, we get scrapped from the page.
Cool. Good.
The bridge is wild.
Crazy
Wild
piano.
melody.
It was really an accident. I did not mean to hit the piano that
Really?
way.
I think I lost my patience and burned that rope to hang. And if you're feeling gracious, you'll know just who to thank. You see what I see, you see what I see, you see. And was that thing of beauty standing in the corner light, just like a packaged product sitting on the glass inside? You see what I see, you talk through your teeth, but I know what you mean. His hand was my hand to scratch at my own face. No tour, temple is a place you can't know. And I can't go and turn my back. Cold concrete body heaves, want all of that. And I won't be held. Tonight we will tell just how close we can get. To the ideal, let's make it equal. Wanna know how conditioned not to listen. That body is a brick. Another. Watch it sink. Fuck. Right at the end. Right at the end. Conditioned not to listen. That body is a brick. Another object. Watch it sink.
Night for swimming.
Oh, just listen to that Sim with Sebastian track you showed me. I can't stop. I'm like
I'm a
addicted.
golden boy,
Yes,
born
and
for
live
love,
and
live for joy.
Yeah,
I'm
the-
a golden boy.
Golden boy, born to love and live for joy. I'm a golden, golden, golden boy.
That is one of the best songs I've ever heard.
You can say we tried in 1999, Lower East Side, just like how pride comes before a fall. And talking through the mist, you were just a kid. You find out quick, you know nothing. Something you won't admit. You cut your bangs in the bathroom stall. I wrote my name on the mirror and the wall. And you came in from wherever you've been. Can't believe the shape you're in. City miles looking like a ghost. Translucent light. What's wrong? Got you down. Is your shirt too tight? Jesse, no, leave him alone. Sensitive, right? The lights can't be sharp in the darkness. I hold my drink, it's his life. Regardless, I'm not his keeper. I fight this feeling all over. And he can push through the crowd, but they will shout him down. You reap what you sow, that's easy to know. Hard to figure out. You cut your bangs in the bathroom stall. I wrote my name on the keychain. I'm city miles looking like a ghost. Translucent light coming down on the river tonight. gonna tell you where you ought to go. But there are some things, hey, they don't know. when you say hi, they'll pass you right by. You know they treat you just like shit. But everybody's so neurotic. You know, don't mean a thing. Cause everybody's got something that they wanna say. Thinking they'll be somebody someday. You know me, I'm just the same way. That's right. And from below the street, the water rises to meet the bare soles of my feet. Well, there are some people gonna tell you where you ought to go, but there's some others that they don't know.
And we're back. I only have to fill uh, uh, Bueno from 2021. Excellent stuff. How are we so far? Oh, right. There was a half-hour gap. I gotta fill some space, guys. Let me think what to do here. Okay. I know what to do here. No. So we're gonna kill about 10 minutes. We're killed about 5 minutes now or so, and then next up we've got Carrie Ann Murphy solo set. Good. Yeah. I mean, not pretty good. It's great. It's I'm sorry. I should not have done that while reading the text I received. Um, hmm, hmm. Still very clearly feeling the COVID exhaustion and also not being able to get enough sleep or take naps. So that's been fun. I can feel it fading, but not particularly fast. Um, and its hold on my mood is strong. I find the slight inability to think very frustrating. I'm different than other people. I think not being able to think is frustrating. Uh, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk for a bit, and we're going to have a carry set, and then instead of a mystery history throwback, because I don't have one prepared, we might throw back to recent history. Um, we'll see. We'll see what it is, huh? Huh? Unless unless somebody wants to jump in and chat. We could try that. We could try that technique also. Um, but Smhoakstock Day 4. I've just found out that if you're in the LA area, you should. There's a competing drone fest next weekend, which that's insane. I mean, we're not doing a drone fest, but there will be plenty of drone, especially in the late night hours where it looks like, despite me wanting to be asleep, um, uh, Carrie Ann, I can't tell if you're asking about your own band or just a question. Um, uh, what else? Uh, I told people on the bill to tell me when their shows are this week, but I haven't. And I know there's some stuff tonight, but I haven't received any messages, so I can't give those updates. Oh, we'll do this. If you are interested in supporting the show, if you go to smoke.city or the link down below that is for this, you can. There's a shirts there and donate button and all that stuff. Comics by Boats. Those are just free to read online. You guys, I'm tired. There's no time during the show that I've not been tired, even though doing it 12 hours a day, you'd think would make it easier than doing 24 hours a day. But I forgot that if you have to do that 2 days in a row, there's no. I haven't, I haven't even watched the second episode of the new Willow show yet, or the new What About Fleischman or whatever it's called. Fleischman's in trouble. Um, I'm not really complaining. It's not like I have to go into a office job currently, but also not getting paid like an office job. So different. I wish that when I rambled, it didn't go into the complaints so quickly. I wish when I was ramble on the stream that it would go into like a chill, like philosophical zone. But the back of my mind is so full of the things that need to get done that my first thoughts are all worries, well, all anxiety. Uh, Speaking of anxiety, you guys should text your friends. Tell them they should be watching. I imagine some of your friends are in here, and my friends. But between the two streams, we're not doing too bad. But we could always use more viewers in a way. Um, this is also not good. Um, I mean, the show. I don't expect Fleischman to be a great to continue great, but everyone seems sort of like it's the first time I think Claire Danes has been really well cast. uh, you know, it communicates anxiety well, and the narration by what's it, is, Lizzie Kaplan. Sorry. Yeah, I do understand how being a talk radio person just leads you into being an insane fascist because just having to keep talking makes you is like really difficult. I don't know about you guys, but these days I spend a lot of my time having shut up. Uh, I don't know if that's because I'm in my 40s or because I don't live in a place with anyone, and most days of the week I see no one, and now all I see is myself slowly drifting by. You know what is dumb? I should have done a whole ASMR day where I just did things like I don't think the mic's even picking that up. Oh yes, that's very great. Hello, yes, there we are. So much more. Does that make it work better or worse? Better or worse? Okay, so we're just jumping in. This is a set from Carrie Ann Murphy, and the two sets that have aired so far. For the sets so far, this is the third Carrie Ann set to air, and they have all been excellent. And this one, nothing. I'd like to address that I think that we all need to have a very frank and a mostly complimentary discussion about the amazing outfit. I don't know why frank. That's not what I. That's just an adjective for discussion that I reached for. About the teddy bear like outfit that Carrie Ann has found and is rocking.
This is a cover song. It's by Leonard Cohen. I discovered it through Roberta Flack's first album, which I highly recommend. It's called Hey, That's No Way to Say Goodbye. Carrie Ann Murphy. I'm going to play a song for you called Cats Away. And it's been recorded and played many times under one of my monikers, which is Clapperclaw. Clapperclaw. But I figured I should play it again because it's the final Smhoakstock, and it's also a song that some guy said is the only good song I've ever written, so I guess I should play it, right?
Take marijuana to fall.
That was great. Carrie Ann Murphy. I was gonna play the Carrie Ann has done multiple other sets this show. She on the first day we had the return of Sunday Fantastique that I have a feeling will air again on day 12. Though the Carrie Ann set pretty great. And then on the second day, her band played, and I was going to throw another one of those two on right now, except for they're on the external hard drive, and transfer speed on that is too slow to get that to work in time. But so I'm just gonna, you know what? I remembered the masochism part of the show, and it's for me, not you. So I'm gonna just force myself to talk for this next half hour. If you want to tap out, come back in half an hour. I might give up and figure out what sets are on the computer, but I might start doing that while I talk. There's the show is the show is going well is part of what's going on here, but I'm never going to get comfortable in this hosting gig, and I did it. It was like in the initial years of it. It was like part of it was ego, and I was drinking a lot more at that point, or at all. And we and I had a theory that I could be a person. I was jealous of the idea that other people had. I don't know. There's a. I thought I could be in front of the camera as a torture. That I had gotten comfortable. I couldn't jam anymore because my brain had broken. And so I needed another thing to do, and Noah and I quickly realized that I wasn't good at it. I don't need anybody to say that I am. I don't. Maybe it's just that I don't enjoy it enough to do it better or feel like I'm doing it better. But the but I still needed some way to torture myself once we moved away from the marathon jam format, and it was in my personal life I can't stop talking, but I hate it, and so I have to keep talking. I guess I always forget that people like the part of this where I'm uncomfortable this whole time. I guess that's true. But that is that there is some appeal to people there. There is that. Um, you know what? I'm a risk. I know what to put on. It's not Shea Day appropriate, but I know how we're filling the time. And while there is the risk that this is going to be the moment that we finally get a copyright strike, I don't think that will happen from this. But here's some interesting classic television. This is how we're going to do it now. We're just going free for all. This is going free for all. I tried to talk for a while, and instead we're just going to do this. We're just going to do this here.
What are Howard Show with Ronnie's guest, Danny Kaye. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie Howard.
Good evening and welcome to the show. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you to the millions of fans for their marvelous letters. Here's one from Priscilla Henderson, age 3. Dear Ronnie, I love your show. I love you. But whatever happened to that old man who used to be on at 10 o'clock? Signed, Priscilla. Isn't that sweet? Priscilla, in answer to your request, here's our guest star for tonight, Mr. Danny Kaye. It's nice to have you with us, Danny.
Well, thank you very much, Ronnie. It's very nice to be here.
Danny, we all know you're a great traveler. In your travels around the world, did anything amusing ever happen to you?
No.
Well, it's been nice visiting with you, Danny. We'll see you later on. You know, it's always a pleasure for me, having been around this business for a long, long time, to introduce a really new, fresh, young voice. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, direct from the 4th grade, Miss Donna Butterworth. I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling along, just rolling along. I'm quitting the blues of the world, just singing a song, just singing a song. Glory, hallelujah, I Great. Thanks, Ronnie. Nice being on your show. It's always a pleasure to hear an old pro belt out of tune. By the way, how old are you now, Donna? Don't you know it's rude to ask a woman her age? I'll give you a piece of bubble gum. 9. We'll be back in a moment with the second half of my show. My guest, Danny Kaye, will join me in a hilarious spoof on the current spy thrillers. I play the hero, Junior Bond.
Just a minute, Ronald. In the spy sketch, I always play the hero.
But you said this was my show.
Ronnie,
You said I had to be first, strong, the top box.
Ronnie,
Look, you can play the villain. We'll make him a nice villain.
Mark Child and John Dish present a childish picture. The Spy Who Sucked His Thumb. Based on the best-selling novel, That's a No-No. Starring Diaphragm Lauren and Rockabye Hudson. Art direction by Pablo Picasso. Titles by Saul Bassinet. Inglorious Cribble-Rama.
Hello? Escaped again? Good grief. That diabolical art fiend must be captured. There's only one man for this job. Send in England's greatest and most famous secret agent. Send in Junior Bond. Junior, just one kiss. I beg of you, you handsome devil-may-care He-Man. All right. But that's it for the week. Oh, thanks. Chief? It's your old nemesis. You mean? Yes. But I thought you were wrong. It can't be. It is. What are we talking about? Will you stop that, Junior? Sorry about that, old man. Stop. The world's greatest villain is on the loose again. You mean Thunderhead? Precisely. What's he up to this time? He's invented a super ray gun that melts metal. His plan is to melt all the men's belt buckles in the whole world, causing our pants to fall.
The Ronnie Howard Show with Ronnie's guest, Danny Kaye.
The sky like one thing, you little shit cock.
What's that, Mr. Funny Hair?
Oh, but that means the funny hair. Sticks and stones will break my whistle, but as long as you don't call me Thunderhead. Ah, you forgot my ray gun.
Where is it?
Right there. You see that? There's my gun. What's wrong with my metal melter? Why didn't your belt melt?
Because any man of taste and distinction knows that when you wear a tuxedo, you don't wear a belt.
Suspenders! What is that, Ronnie?
That's the end of the sketch.
Suspenders is the payoff line to the sketch?
Yeah?
Oh, no, but that's not funny, Ronnie. You have to end the sketch with a big laugh. You see, the only thing that an audience will remember in any kind of... Time to the sketch?
Yeah.
Oh, no, but that... The one time... What is that, Ronnie?
That's the end of the sketch. Suspenders is the payoff line to the sketch. Yeah? Oh, no, but that's not funny, Ronnie. You have to end the sketch with a big laugh. You see, the only thing that an audience will remember... Ow! In answer, in answer, in answer,
No,
well, it's been nice visiting with you, Danny. We'll see you later. You know, it's always a pleasure for me, having been around this business for a long, long time now, to introduce a really new, fresh young voice. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, direct from the 4th grade, Miss Donna Butterworth.
Okay, I messed around with that, and now I feel better. Is this one better? What background are we feeling? Maybe we're probably in a this. Oh no, that is the word. That's the most aggravating. Okay, there we go. I figured out that I can. I found out that I can. This isn't good for me to have learned. I have found out that I can use my all of my plugins, all my VST2s. So I show you I have only fixes uh, and I could really mess it up now. That's fun. Yeah, we could really by the end of the week. I could really get down with this. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. This is just what it's like. It's gonna be yours from here on out. Okay. Well, that's enough of that, I guess. I don't, I'm trying to think. I have to turn this damn monitor off. I should talk about the first. When I first decided to do smoke. Well, I did the first year of Smhoakstock, and that was pretty solitary. maybe 4 people witnessed it, and then the second year came around, and I knew I wanted it to be bigger, and I knew that Shea was the right place to do it for a variety of reasons. And I figured out the smart move is to So my move was to. So first, I asked. First I mentioned it to Ryan Levine of the So-So Blues. We may risk a copyright infringement on playing that song later in the show, because and I'm going to say this publicly. I enjoy the new So-So Ghost Christmas song featuring one of the Popes. I don't know that any of the members of that band got to witness me say that, but that's fine. And we and so I asked Ryan. He was into it because he knew that he would not do any of the work for it. And then uh, uh, and then I used asking Ryan to then ask Adam Reish, who is the main technical force behind the show for sure. Or behind most of the Shay, the technical side of Shay, and so and he was very. And then I had them, and I think I had asked Greg Fox to his, and then we brought it to Nora, and Nora, I remember Nora had a number of questions, and as I agreed that I would be doing the majority of the work involved in the show, that it would be fine, and they let it happen, and and I don't know how much of the show Nora witnessed in those first years. She was elusive at that point, but Adam Adam did almost as many hours as I did. He just took little naps periodically, and um, the show would have ended right then had it not been for him. And for the whole space and everyone involved and all the people who worked sound. Uh, Dan Francia, who's in Tabs coming up, has done uh, a, a lot of the sound work over the years. He was always down for the worst possible hours, and sadly he will not. He will be working all weekend instead of jamming or hanging out. Um, in about 8 minutes, we're going to hit up the singers of choir for a live rehearsal performance. I should pull up the thing I'm supposed to read about what that is. Good, great. Whoa! Wait a second. We might have. Oh, I got a surprise for you guys later. Oh, I wish I'd seen this a little while ago, but got a surprise for you guys later. I'll have to transfer it over. Oh, it's pretty small. Let me see what this is, and we might have this right. This might fill. Um, 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 it's also it's getting on 3 o'clock. Um, uh, oh, perfect. This is only. Hold on just a second. We're gonna do some stuff that's annoying. Then we're going to go to choir. Go. I mean, that's a bad description of what's happening here. I'm gonna do some tech stuff while you guys watch, which is the worst version of the show. And I'm gonna describe it in a very minor way because it is difficult to do this while. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, wrong mouse. We'll talk while I'm doing this. So, and then when I asked them to do it again, this, this is Luke. Luke texted me. Yeah. Okay, perfect. We're going to play this 5 minutes. We're going to play. Here we go. We're going to make up for what just happened by playing this 5-minute Bueno song that just freshly showed up. It will only take a moment for it to download, and then I will turn off my computer to make up for the taxingness I just put on it during choir. This is professional grade entertainment. Just gotta set this up. And what's fun is that you're gonna watch me watch it because that's the only way we have to do this. Because no visuals, but we've got what seems like maybe a new Bueno song. Here we go.
After Aberon is a small club frequented only by the biggest failures in their respective fields, where they go to slowly gyrate to warped records and tell stories of how it wasn't their fault. It's nominally a 35-plus club, since few have the misfortune or masochistic skill to fuck it up so badly on a shorter time frame. A middle-aged burn victim studies his face in the reflection of an ancient jukebox. He has no physical damage to speak of. He was too slow to respond to an insult and his mind became preoccupied with possible comebacks. He couldn't focus on anything else while he smothered his oozing wounds with petty bon mots no one would ever hear. Time passes at an incredible rate when the mind is occupied. He feels slighted by the world and the one person who shifted the gears of self-destruction into neutral on a hill. The tall man examines a nearly empty beer glass and admires the sentiment floating at the bottom of a sorry lager. He feels like the ash of a cigar, the byproduct of something enjoyed and then discarded without much thought. Also, barely keeping it together. Is that what's swirling at the bottom of my drink? Someone taps him on the shoulder, and like autopilot, he vomits his life story onto the bar, and the floor, and his shoes. The last meal he shared with another person 17 years ago is sitting there barely digested. The people gesticulate wildly on the dance floor as if to exercise themselves of their own personalities. The dark rider of their body is their own souls they called out from a lineup of Pazuzos, Paimons, and the usual guy with the horns and tail. They dance to cleanse themselves in a ritual of non-self-actualization, to become motion itself, arrows and rays shooting off of a grid of parquet flooring in a warehouse next to the water treatment plant. One day this place will burn down. Faulty wiring and the disgusting air dryer in the bathroom. Or rain will finally breach the ever-bowing roof above the bar, turning the usual leaks into a damning flood. The wrecking ball of an indifferent laborer will crush the walls one by one. But they say to themselves, I know one thing. It won't be my fault.
And there we are. Next up, it'll take just a moment to transition. Next up, we've got choir. If you're watching on YouTube, there might be a little break, and you might have to go and reload the live stream. You might have to go back to the front page. And you may have to do that at the end of their set too, coming back into this because they're taking over the stream, and the ways around that are too complicated. So, I will see you guys in a bit.